All right, we're back. Had a lot of problems, but we're gonna try this again. Looks like bit rate's good. Let me just pull up pull this up and make sure everything's working good on this end. Yeah, JPP, we're gonna try again. My overlays are not refresh. There we go. Latest sub still won't refresh. So anyway, sorry about that, guys. Shit went real sideways. YouTube's going to be real mad at me for all the curse words. Move my control panel back. Select the stream. There we go. That's what I wanted. So yeah. So here's the story of what happened. And why everything went sideways, in case you're wondering. So I, being the genius YouTuber that I am, thought, you know, it'd be a great idea, streaming the Twitch and YouTube Shorts and the YouTube thing all together. And while I still stand by that that's not a bad idea, my M4 Mac Mini not having it. So I installed software and it was trying to encode it out for 3 different streams using the GPU and the M4. It wasn't doing it. GPU and the M4, I can push 12,000 kilobytes out to YouTube just fine. But trying to encode it 3 times wasn't working. In my head, I thought it would encode it once and then send it out to each one, but it doesn't. If I select main encoder for the other ones, it does, but Twitch won't accept this high of a bit rate. And YouTube Shorts, I have to do a different encoding because it's vertical. And it's also running different scenes. So yeah, it might work on my gaming laptop with the 3050, but I'm not going to set that up. Ultimately, the goal is with that new bench is to eventually try to build a streaming rig that goes onto that bench that has all the streaming stuff over there. And then, you know, either a laptop, preferably a desktop so I can upgrade it if need be. A desktop, 2 monitors, cameras, all that kind of stuff. Because I think I can get away with just 2 monitors. I use 3 now for this streaming. But enough of that. We have got my camera back from OBSpot. They sent me a replacement for the broken one. Although I did enjoy having the portability of the iPhone, using the iPhone as a camera. What do you guys think on that? Being able to just move it around anywhere in the garage. Close up this luggage. Getting my so the girls are going on vacation with their grandparents. The little one actually the little one's actually, so the littlest one's going this coming week. She leaves Thursday. The older girl is spending the week down with her aunt and then going. I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull up the controls for this camera because it is being something else today. But yeah, so you might have seen that there's there's a stream scheduled for tomorrow. We were going to do that this morning, so now I'm kind of scrambling. We're going to build those Nerf blasters, but alas, the little one decided she wanted to play with her cousin. Her cousin woke up and yeah, she wanted to play with her. Now, I do have multiple tripods. This one's really cheap. Wonder how high it goes. And by really cheap, I mean like $10 cheap. Although I only paid $5 for the better one, but that was at a yard sale. This was like $10 from Walmart. Yep. There we go. So since this one's not going to be moving around much, I think we'll put the which part on here. I did, however, get a 10-foot long cord for the OBSBot camera, so we can move it around some places a little bit more. I can get you guys a little bit better angles on stuff. All right. How difficult this is to do has made me decide that we're going to use the other one. That has a really convoluted system for attaching. All right, we are not going to tighten that up very much, I'll tell you that. So let's get my Stream Deck opened over here on the iPad. Let's go over here. Oh, also, if you haven't been here, how do you like the new transition? Captain Kern was kind enough. Yesterday morning, we did a stream just messing around in the garage. One of the things we're messing around with was just trying to improve some stream stuff. And that transition, Captain Kern was kind enough to make for me. So shout out to him. He is spent, well, was it like 2 hours yesterday morning working on stuff with me, an hour last night working on stuff, and he just helped me get everything fixed up on the computer now to unbreak everything I broke. So big thanks to him. So if you haven't already, go subscribe to his YouTubes and Twitch, all that kind of stuff. He does some gaming streams. Yeah, give him all your monies, I guess. Let's see. Is it? Why are you not working? New package from FedEx. Oh, that's my DigiKey stuff. Excellent. Hold on one second. I apologize. Slightly important email I need to look at real quick. Well, that's disappointing. All right. Let's see here. Let's get this camera over here. Just in case we want to use it. This is our other camera. Still really curious as to why that's not working. Properties. All right. Anyway, sorry, I've gotten distracted, sidetracked. Let's go through what we got here today. Kegel, how are you today? JPP, Bearded Printer. Bearded Printer, I need to check out some of your stuff. I hear you're a designer. Havoc. 3D Medic Vince, Captain Kern. Thank y'all for hanging out this morning. You dabble in design. Bearded Printer. If you there's a link in the Discord for my Discord down in the description. If you join my Discord and shoot me some links, we can take a look at some of the stuff you design. I did notice that your avatar is different. It seems to be a 3D printer in the any cubic variety. Let's see. Let me give you some roles here. Remember, designer, maker. All right, bearded printer. I gave you some roles over in the Discord. If you post a link to where I can find your stuff at, we can go take a look at it. I always like checking out people's stuff. LTX Designs, how's it going this morning? Busy Tech. Speaking of designers, Busy Tech, maker of the it's EMS, right? And also Enderwire conversions. He just had LDO release new product for a 2.4 for electronics management. Got a cool smoke panel on the bottom. If you've got a 250 3.4 or you're building one coming up, that might be a really cool thing to look into. Just posted a link to your things. All right. Fizzy, if you want to, after we take a look here at bearded printer stuff, we can go take a look at some of your stuff too, because you've got some impressive stuff too, sir. All right, so let's go over here to monitor. All right, so bearded printer. Wait a minute. So, is this the cabin that I've seen like 3 of Pesla's streams over on Twitch, but it was like Christmas time. Is this the cabin that she made on that stream, on her Christmas stream? So you've got some flexi pizzas. You got some really cool stuff here. The old lady would love this. She's been wanting me to print a like a cabin or something like that. There's these giant doll houses at Hobby Lobby. That's what it's called, Hobby Lobby. And she's been wanting me to buy her one so she can paint it. She likes hanging out here and like painting different models and stuff. This would be something really cool. She would like that. She saw the big one that Bamboo Labs put out the other year at Christmas time and wanted me to print that for her. I'm like, I am not using, I think it was like something like 12 kilograms of plastic to print this thing. Like, it would definitely be cheaper for me just to go buy the one from Hobby Lobby. That was the cabin that Pezliz printed. Thought it looked familiar. Oh my God. I've been looking for this model. Somebody had this on one of their streams at the floppy disk, and I've been looking for it. I didn't realize it was your model. It might have been on Jerry's stream. So yeah, we've got a bearded printer with some really awesome stuff. This is not where I wanted to go. This goes over here. I'll chat. I put chat up on my other screen so I can read it when we're doing stuff across the room. All right, so. And then if we go over here to printables and collections, I think I saved it. Printer stuff. PhysiTech. So this is the PhysiTech EMS I was talking about. He's got a version now where you don't have to print this grid. It comes in the box along with the smoked acrylic bottom panel so that you can see through and look at all the coolness of it. And he's got all sorts of modules. I think they just snap in there, don't they? Kind of like some sort of like retention system, and you just put your electronics wherever you need. Got cable management stuff. Go over here. He's got files for just about anything you could possibly want to mount underneath of your printer. And he does this for 2.4 Trident and his ender wire conversions. They screw in. Okay, so Fizzy, I'm looking at this and I'm just trying to understand. It looks like would I need to pull this panel out and then put those connectors on the back side of that and then put that panel back in if I needed to change something? I'm just trying. I haven't done it yet. We're going to install this on the okay, there are some split mounts. I was like, that would be really tough if you wanted to modify anything down the road. But yeah, we're going to install this on the bottom of the switch wire build that's coming up. Because I absolutely hate how the electronics mount in the bottom of the switch wire. Yeah, so let me do this. This is linked to PhysiTech. And let me go back over here to my Discord. And let's post a link over to bearded printer stuff. It is going to be an actual switch wire. I don't have an ender to convert. If I did, I would do it. But I don't have a switch wire to I don't have an ender 3 to convert. This is an actual switch wire, and then we're building another one, Fizzy. Yeah, you were telling me about that. I didn't want to announce stuff that is yours to announce, so I wasn't going to say anything on that front. Well, yeah, let me know. Just let me know. We got a little bit till we get to that, so yeah. Let's go back over here. Yeah, guys, if you make anything, you design anything, even if I'm not doing the project, let me know. Let me shout you out. I don't have a great expansive reach, but I like to check out people's cool stuff that they're doing, and I like to spread the word on stuff because, man, people put a lot of work into this stuff, and sometimes things just fly under the radar. It's not that people wouldn't like it if they saw it, but getting it in front of people sometimes is the hardest thing. You know, I know I don't design anything. I've got way more time than is reasonable so far trying to CAD up a mount for this stupid camera module. And all I'm trying to do is do like a little mount that it can screw to, and then I can screw to the frame. And it's beyond my skill level. I'm learning some stuff, but it's beyond my skill level. Yeah, Fabrico, the other day I saw they had some units in stock. It got released. It's on their Discord under new products from a couple days ago. You're gonna publish a teaser this week? Yeah. PhysiTech's got a Discord as well. Bearded Printer, do you have a Discord server or one that you kind of call home, where people could stay up to date on what you've got going on? Bearded Printer, I'm sure, has a Thangs membership. You do have a Discord server. If you want to DM me the link to that, I will post it up in chat. Fizzy has a Fizzy. It's a Patreon. Am I correct on that? Fizzy has a Patreon. If you'd like to support him, support the people that make this stuff and share it out with the world, because I know from just printing some stuff that's in beta, the amount of reprinting that I've done on working on beta projects is incredible, let alone the time and expense that the designer has designing this stuff, printing it, testing it over and over again to make sure that it works, and then put it out to the world for free. You know, obviously we all have our situations, but you know, if you can do, we've got to pull this box turtle off the top. Yeah. Bearded Printer. The thing I would really like to see become more commonplace, and I don't know how common it is behind the scenes. Obviously, I'm not privy to that information, but for filament companies, or better yet, like you've got your stuff published up on Thangs. Thangs goes, hey, your models are getting a lot of traction. People are buying your models. We're getting a cut of that revenue. Here, let us help sponsor filament for you, for your designing and prototyping, to continue to publish models on our platform so that we both can continue to grow together. You know, I don't know. Maybe it's a terrible idea. Maybe it locks you in, would lock you into one platform. I don't know. It's just a thought. Like, I don't know. Filament's not cheap. Your time's not cheap. These companies are benefiting. They're not putting in any work other than paying to host a server. You know, I don't know. It'd be nice to see them give back to the people that are putting money in their pocket. Not saying that server hosting can't be expensive. It can be. That's a lot of data. I've heard that Maker World out of them is a much better option to go with, because I've had a couple people message me. I don't have very many things. I just have a couple models that I've, you know, Tinkercad or modified or whatever and put up on printables. And people were like, hey, you should really put it over on Maker World, because at least you get something that's worth something over there. But I'm really trying to get that printables hoodie. The old lady texted me. Yeah, free filament would be great. It pains me every time I have to print something, because it means I'm using up some of my filament, which is a limited resource. I don't know. Some people tell me I might be a little bit crazy there, but alas, it is what it is. It hurts my soul a little bit every time I open a new pack of filament. I'd rather have the box of new filament sitting on my shelf. But I've been trying to use my filament to do more cool things with, outside of just building another printer. I want to try to use my printers to do some cool things. You know, I built the Frax thing, which, while functionable and usable, I think is really cool. Doing the Nerf blaster thing, doing the boombox thing, and the air hockey table with my daughter, like that doesn't hurt as much using the filament for. I don't know why. It's just me. So I've been trying to find some cool things like that to print and do that do serve a purpose, but also are just fun and are cool projects, things I could do on the channel. Because finding things to do on the channel on a budget is not easy. You go through 5 spools a week on average. That's crazy, man. What are you printing? I know you just printed the a little mini rack. Raj, how's it going? Congrats on your win yesterday on Steve's channel. Raj won like a clicky clacky door, but for the Micron. Fizzy, that's a, I don't know. I think I have right around 500. But I think 600 is how much you need for the hoodie, so you can get yourself a hoodie. You want to get the Core 1 bearded printer? Rando Tech Nerd, how are you? I saw you posted up a picture on YouTube. Box of electronics. What are you working on? Oh, you sell things? Yeah, see, I don't sell anything. If somebody comes to me and asks me for something, they hand me a file and say, hey, can you print this? You know, that's another thing, but I don't actively go out and try to print things. Oh, yeah, you could definitely go through some filament printing those. So the Girari 3D drawers, um, in my head, I've kind of reworked how we're going to do that bench with those drawers. Still going to have a crap ton of drawers, but I've reworked it in my head. I'm no longer trying to make that bench be a dual purpose kind of me and the kids crafting table. They can keep this black table as a crafting table. That my workbench is going to be on casters, so I can just wheel that over out of the way, set up the black table when they want to craft some stuff, and then they can craft on that black table. Because as you can see, here, that's the wrong one. If I push the right button, I would not want that on my workbench. I was cleaning it off the other day to fold laundry, and I was like, you know what? I don't ever want this on my workbench, so I'm no longer going to prioritize making it a dual function setup. Novelty pens. Like, what kind of novelty pens? I have a thing for pens. That's why I'm asking. All right, there's that. Guess I gotta completely slide this off. That's gonna be a pain in the butt. Slide that down. Slide that down. Slide that over. There we go. Now, where's the 20 amp? I hope that's it right there. Lord, please let that be it, because that is a wiring nightmare. Let's see. AFC light pin out. That is the 120 ohm jumper. Excellent. Controller jumpers. What do we got here? Yeah, so Rando Tech Nerd, reaching out to filament companies, they are willing to help. You're making your espresso maker a smart espresso maker. Bearded printer, I've never owned a Prusa either. The only Prusa I have ever had the privilege to touch was a buddy of mine brought over a Prusa Mini because he said it was broken and not working. I said, well, bring it over and we'll see what I can get going. I put it on my bench and it worked fine for me. He was here for like 8-10 hours, test printed a bunch of stuff, never had an issue. He took it home with him and it doesn't work again at his house. I think he sold it. But yeah, I'd like to check out. I'd love to have an XL. I'd like to have a Mark IV or Core 1. I mean, for the price, might as well go with Core 1, but okay, this is not the right jumper. Let's try this one. I don't know why they can't make all these things the same. Anyway, the reason why we're doing this is because before the 120 ohm resistor on the other end was on the toolhead board rather than on the box turtle. So we had to put a jumper here since the toolhead board is now going to be USB. Slide all that back into position. Screw these back on. Now I can't do the beacon yet because I still haven't got those parts. Like I said earlier, I just got shipping notification that the connectors are shipped out from DigiKey. Or going to be shipping today. Got a tracking number, but FedEx hasn't received the package yet, so. Yeah, bearded printer, that's one of those give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, teach a man to fish, you feed him for life kind of things. This buddy, he got rid of it. He's got plenty of printers. He knows how to work on them. He's just tired of beating his head up against a wall on a printer that he didn't need. He's got several bamboo printers, and he's got another one that he just tinkers with. It's like a giant ender conversion thing. It's got like a 400 millimeter build plate on the thing. That's what he had originally come over to work on with me, and he just brought the Prusa Mini with them because he wanted me to take a look at it. There's that. don't know why these feet are all of a sudden bowed out on this thing. All right. Get this put back on. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes it's just not worth it. You got your time is worth stuff. You're, you know, if you're putting time into something that would be better used on something else, and you don't need the thing because you've got, you know, plenty of other stuff. It's just becoming a time and money sink. Best just to move on. Toolbox inserts. Nice. Just saw those Gridfinity and foam cutout insert things yesterday. Steve stream. Boydie sent them over to me. So I've got those bookmarked. I would like to do shadow board stuff, but I don't have a laser, so can't do shadow boards without a laser. No lasers, no sharks with lasers on their heads, nothing. I got nothing. I got a laser pointer. That's all I've got. All right. Night, Fizzy. Have a good one, sir. Thanks for dropping by. Look forward to using some of your projects in my upcoming projects. You just finished the CAD for the laser cut frames for the 2.4 300 Trident 300. Nice. Trident 300 is what I have over here. That's one that I'm definitely be looking into. All right, I need to Belt Assist Pro. Is that on your printables? Hold on one second. Is this on your printables, Fizzy? Or can you send me a link to it? Really? Oh, nice. Hold your belts in place for you. Sorry, didn't realize I didn't have that up. Let's go back over here. Belt Assist Pro. This is what it is. It's going to hold your belts for you while you're working on your printer. And it looks like it can even hold tension on it. Nice color choices on the Jabberwocky. I'm really excited to be able to put one of those. Should be putting one of those on the new Switchwire. Thanks, Rando. Tech Nerd. Have a good day. All right. Go down here to the Micron. Trying to put some hours on this thing. Range. Damn it. I grabbed them wrong. All right. Splice. All right, Fizzy, later. Let's grab some filament. What's it say this needs? Perfect amount for this little sample of black. This spool to put it on though. Cookie CAD spool seems like the perfect put it on. So guys, while I unspool this and spool some black filament on here, take an opportunity, all the YouTuber stuff. If you haven't already, which I'm sure all of you have, but just in case you haven't, go down underneath the video, just click like, maybe subscribe. If you're here, there's a good chance that it's because you like to do the same kind of crazy stuff. That was probably a really poor way of doing that. Okay. Nope. Oh, Lord. This is a disaster. as much as I enjoy getting little free samples of filament as much as the next guy, but man, trying to feed them into anything is a pain in the butt. Got a terrible mess over here on our hands. Now this terrible mess has dog hair on it. How much do I really want this 50 grams of filament? Well, it's stuck on my watch. How many of you guys are laughing at me at home? Oh, that sucks, bearded printer. Bearded printer is designing 3D models your full-time gig, or how'd you get into it? Excellent, excellent. A little bit of side money. Help support your 3D printing hobby addiction. Just want you to go onto this spool. That's all I want you to do. You got into it after you upgraded your ANET A8? I feel like the real money is on the designing side. Like, you know, for a while I was doing those Cinderwing dragons for some places, and just looking at, you know, $20 a month from, and like between My Mini Factory and Patreon, I think it was like almost 2,000 people or something, if memory serves correctly. You know, that's $40,000 a month to release like four models, one model and 3 remixes of something. That's not an insignificant amount of money. Yeah, I'm sure there's some people that do make some money at it, but I think at this point that's a sucker's bet. Martin, how's it going? I mean, to print and sell stuff on like Etsy and stuff. If you're designing your own things and selling your own models for like functional, usable things, I think you're going to have a better chance at it that way than just paying for licensing, downloading somebody else's model, and selling it alongside of, you know, 2,000 other people that are also trying to sell the same model as you. At some point, this thing's going to start loading. I tell you what, that's the thing that I love the most about the Galileo 2 extruder is that knob on the front. And you just turn that to load it or unload it. You don't have to go through all this rigmarole. The LGX Lite has a little lever, but these ones that don't really have an easy way just to open it and stick the filament through really annoy me. Yeah. Bearded printer, I think the way you're doing it is the better way to do it. And the way that it actually generates some income. JPP sounds like you might be running some more electric. I found, so I was doing some work running, because I needed to run a new 20 amp line for all the networking gear that I installed. So I was in the panel, and the bottom two 15 amp breakers don't have anything hooked up to it. So I think I'm gonna go get some roll of 14.3, share the neutral between the two, and run 2 new 15 amp lines out here. One of those 15 amp lines will go to the new workbench. And then the other 15 amp line will get used to split off some of these printers so that I don't have everything all running on the... So there's two 20 amp circuits out here for 110. One of them is up there that the garage door opener is attached to. And then it's also running the AC unit, the IR heating unit on the ceiling, and the hanging retractable electric cord. What else do I got plugged into that? Garage door opener, hanging electric cord, light, AC unit, heater. Yeah, that's it. And then everything else runs on 20 amp line except for my 240 volt stuff. 220, 240, whatever. Oh, you wouldn't need to splice in that longer cord? All right. Depending on how many printers you have, though, you might want to look into maybe running another circuit down there. All right. Now, where were we? Printing this fizzy stuff. I promise we're going to get to this Trident. I swear it. It's software anyway. It's not entertaining. Havoc, not much. Just printing these belt holders designed by Physitech. All right, now we need to look into this H36 programming. Back over here at the monitor. Is the font size readable for you guys, or do I need to make that bigger? Let's see where we are. We got everything connected. Headers and jumpers connected to the Pi. Firmware guide. I'm assuming I need to hook this up with a USB cable to the whatchamacallit. Where is that? Do I have? There it is. All right, so esoterical CAN bus guide, common hardware, ProjectsTech H36. Put the H36 in DFU mode, connect it via USB to the Pi using the USB-C port. Okay, that answers that. All right, so we're gonna unplug this from 24 volt power. And unplug it from the Pi. Now we're gonna get USB cable. Comes with one. I wonder if it's long enough. Clipper's gonna be real pissed when I turn it on. This side of the way. This is all the panels we took off of it. That. Plug all the box turtle stuff back in. Oops. Normally I would move this back over to the table, but I'm not feeling that this morning. All right. Now we need to find the Ethernet cord for this. Ethernet cord. And then where's the power cord for that go? Watch and make sure nothing explodes. I don't see anything smoking, so progress. Vitali! Welcome to the stream, sir. Thank you very much for coming and joining. We're working on that Trident that's got all your parts on it there. Everything minus the front idlers on that gantry is all yours. So, you guys all know who Vitaly is. I don't need to introduce him. Penguin Makers, how's it going? All right, let me try to catch up on chat here for a second. JPP, you're going to build a Milo? Yeah, Martin, whatever happened to the car audio scene? Seems like that died out in the early 2010s. All right, so let's go over here to the Trident and look at it yell about the fact that it can't find the toolhead. Yeah, it's not yelling about that. All right. Let's bring up terminal. Oh. All right, we're into the Trident. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. Can you guys read that? All the guys doing it got old. Yeah, car audio. Yeah, this is true, Kagel. They do control like everything in there. I'm not flashing EBB36. This is H36 toolhead board from FiSec. It is CAN or USB, and I needed USB. So number one, I messed up the EBB36 that was in here, and I needed USB to the toolhead for beacon install. And then hold the boot 0, press and release the reset, then count to 5 and release the boot 0 button. Okay, so boot's there and reset's there. Let's see how far this is going to let me turn this. Okay, so I need to hold that one, push that Let me find something non-conductive to do this with. Yes, it does have a built-in USB hub. It's actually got 2 USB ports out. That one won't reach. I gotta have something around here that's pointy and plastic. How do I not have something plastic and pointy? I don't want to accidentally slip and short anything out. Piece of filament, there we go. I just threw some away. So, thank you much for the idea. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet board. The amount of GPIO on this thing is crazy. One, two, three, 4, 5. All right. Looks like it's in DFU mode. Catapult. Okay, so we need to go back over here. Open a new tab. All right. Now go back over here. Oh, wait. We don't want common tool. Dedicated USB device. The heck? All right. Okay, so we've got. Let's look back over here. Microcontroller architecture. That's right. Processor is the G0B1. Do not build. Clock reference 12. Communication PA 11. USB 8 USB IDs, GPIO pins to set on bootloader entry, PA2, enable status ID, LED, status LED is PA1, enter, PA1. Quit, save, let's go back over here. Let's see. What do you want to test your luck by using a magnetic screwdriver? No. uh, Once confirmed in build flash with a programmer such as you don't have a programmer available, possibly flash to SCM device via UART devices over DFU. Uh, Accountable. Make. Okay, now we want make flash underscore device equals 0483 DF11. File downloaded successfully. All right. Yes. Yes, I can, Tolly. I just turn it off for right this second. Yeah, so file downloaded successfully, then you're going to get all these errors. And now we're going to do CD clipper. Trying to see if any of these are in DFU mode. Does not look like it. Their instructions for flashing stuff is absolutely terrible. Uh, I forget how to exit out a catapult. That's what I need to do. LS dash LA. Let me just copy it. Can I copy it? Can I copy this? No. I copy it from over here. Let me copy it from over here. Nope. There we go. Copy. Paste. And it looks like I've just got the main controller running Clipper. Yeah, I thought Esoterical had a guide for it, but It's only CAN bus, I guess. I thought he covered like the USB stuff. Yeah. That's disappointing. I wish he covered the USB stuff. His CAN bus guide, freaking fantastic. All right, Vitali, have a good day, sir. Well, this is the main controller. Yeah. One second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys, give me a second. My brother-in-law needs to get my lawnmower out. He's kind enough to mow my grass for me. He does a way better job than me anyway. He used to do landscaping, so better at it than I. I think it's about to rain out here. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to just unplug it, take a picture of what I've got there, and then compare. Whoa, don't knock the camera over.
Put gas in it, Alex.
Got it right here.
I'm gonna try to. I think it's about to rain, so I'm gonna do the front yard real quick. And just do what I can, but the front yard is right.
Yeah. I appreciate you, man. I think everything's out of the way. Yeah. All right. Everything was, in fact, not out of the way. Definitely nice to have people that help you out when you need it. All right. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. All right. Take a picture of this list. Then I'm gonna unhook this. And then run LS USB B again. We're definitely mixing one. We've got 02, we've got 3431, we've got 345, we've got 614E. We do not have 8091. Well, at least now we know what device it is. All right. So 1A 868091. All right. Let's go back over here. Uploading Clipper. Build Clipper with CAN support. Okay. We're going to turn this off. Yeah, I know. I should have shut it down the right way, but here we are nonetheless. Is this y'all's favorite part of building printers? Is the software programming side of it? As I do so hate flashing tool headboards and all that happy horse shit. And you guys run Beacon. Do you know what's involved with flashing the Beacon stuff? Bearded printer, I wish maybe we live close together. I'll build it and then you can do all the software side of it. Because I prefer the building part of it. Now, I've got Cartographer set up now on the Micron. We just did that recently. I am absolutely freaking loving that. Oh my God. I avoided putting those things. Beacon cartographer, I avoided them on my printers until it got to the point where it was the only real viable solution for what I was doing anymore. And yeah, I wish I had done it sooner. Except SSH pi at Trident, not local. All right, CD fancy thing slash clipper make menu config. Okay, this is the clipper settings. That's for CAN bus. This is for USB. So that's right. That's right. G0 boot 8 12 USB. Optimize stepper code for step on both edges. Anybody know what in the world that is? Hello, Sync. How's it going? Quit. Save config. Make clean. Make. Yeah, it's a pretty fancy board. It can do CAN bus or USB. It's got all the GPIO in the world on the thing. It's a pretty impressive board. Okay, baud rate. Where am I supposed to get that from? Yeah, it is a high temp board. We're not flashing it for CAN bus, we're flashing it for USB. There's not. There's no bit right here. All right, this is 1A86 semicolon 8091. Syntax error near unexpected token new line. One A 86 8091. You know what might help? Let me check this. All right. Trying to see if I can use the Nighthawk stuff. Defaults to 2500 if omitted. Catapult flash tool. Serial device. LSU. LSUSB. Okay. I know. I'm entertaining as hell. Scripts. Flash tool dot okay. I don't need that at all because it'll default to whatchamacallit. What if I delete the little whatchamacallits around that and just type it? 1A 86 8091. One A 86 8091. Two, four, six, seven. New plan. We're not going to use catapult. We're just going to install Clipper without it. But while that resets, I'm going to run to the restroom. I'll be right back. Your M5P is detecting your Nighthawk and your Cardo. Awesome, Havoc. I'll be right back, sir. Give me 1 second. Mike, how's it going? You're at work streaming. All right, we're going to put this back into DFU mode. Where's my little piece of filament? We got monkey bread. Made monkey bread earlier today for stream. I never got to eat any of it. It is much better if you eat it when it's hot, but you do what you can do. All right. Oh, there's the piece of filament. One, two, three, four, five, All right. LS USB. Let's see. CD. We need to get in the clipper. What is CD clipper? Underscore slash clipper. Okay. Make menu config. $8.12. Quit. Make. Copy. Paste. The hell, folks. Wait a minute. It says file downloaded successfully. JPP, how's it going? Yep, it's there. All right. So now we've got MCU H36. Serial slash dev slash serial slash by dash ID slash USB dash clipper copy this, copy, paste. Enter. All right, let's go over here, see if it's got some sort of config. Does it have any sort of config listed for this? Maybe on their GitHub? STL. Let's see. Copy. All right. Sorry about that, folks. How do I adjust the Z offset on the photographer? I've been baby step. I know the difference. Um, I don't know. I just ran through the instructions on the whatchamacallit. One of them had you adjust the Z offset. It was a little different. Can't remember. Um, I tell you to go back and watch the video, but that wouldn't help you any. All right. Give me a second here, and we'll go look at that. I need to. I need that in there. All right. I don't think I need that. All right. Save and restart. See if it yells at me about anything. Yep. All right. There we go. Let's go over to cartographer. Uh, documentation. I know this is too small. Give me a second. Installation setup. Hardware setup. Software configuration. Next. Initial calibration. So do you have it in touch mode? Did you go through all this, Collie? All right, so you might notice your Z offset is a little wrong. This is hugely dependent on many things. However, it's simple to fix. So just use the video below as a sample. Scanner underscore touch underscore Z underscore offset. This is distance between your nozzle and the bed after a cartographer touch. Default scanner touch Z offset is 0. So are you doing this, just micro stepping it and then saving that offset after you're done the print? So you like start a print, just micro step it down. You've baby stepped it. Okay, so if you know what the difference is already, just go into, well, I can't show you on there. Hold on. Here, I'm gonna pull this up. So if you are, you already know how much you need to lower it or whatever. So let's say you need it to be lower by, you know, 0.2 or whatever, right? So you just come in here, click that to lower to 0.2, click save, and that's going to save your Z offset. It's that simple. And that'll save it from then on. Is that what you were looking for? I wasn't sure if you were trying to figure out the difference, like the initial calibration setup for how low the nozzle is compared to the cartographer. Yeah, you can apply it to the probe too. That's going to set your probe's offset. This way is just going to say whatever you think it's supposed to be, go lower. All right, now I don't need this screen anymore. What I need is this to pop out. Put that over here. Need to move that over here. Need to move this way. And I need to change all my pins in here. Go into printer config. Start working our way down. Stepper X, stepper Y haven't changed. The Z steppers haven't changed. The extruder has changed. It's going to be, I think I named it H36, right? Yep, H36. So this is now H36, semicolon PB9. H36 PB8. Enable pin is, this stuff takes forever. But you just got to work your way through it. None of that changes. Heater pin does change. To H36 PA7. Sensor pin. H36 PA6. All right, UART pin. PC14. Jump down to the ADXL. I'm just going to delete all that and copy all this over. I'm going to end up commenting it out as soon as we put the beacon on there, because that's going to have it on there. Gotta go grab lunch, take most of the work. All right, guys, have a good day. All right, let's go back up here to extruder. Probe. I don't have that information yet. So that's not going to be right. Part cooling fan. This I have written down over here. So we wrote down all of our pins we plugged everything into on this piece of paper. So part cooling fan is, I need to make a multi-pin for that. Hot end fan. It's going to be H36 PA9. All right, so we need to make another multi-pin. Multi underscore pin. We're going to name this part underscore cooling underscore pin. Enter. Pins. Is PB14 and PA5. And then we're going to name, oh, wait a minute. H36 and H36 and then part cooling. Under lower caps. Heater, temp control, pi fans, that's not changing, that's not changing. It's not changing. Filament sensor. I gotta go change theirs in the box turtle things. Case light's not changing. Speed tilt's not changing. All right. This we need to go over to Fabrico's site. Go to classify. All right, so go. Temperature underscore sensor. Left underscore stepper. And sensor underscore type. The I don't know if that's going to work or not. 10K NTC. All right, now flipper, custom thermistor. There's somewhere on here that lists all the different thermistors. Okay. Flipper. All right. Anyway, so thermistor's done, hot end's done, hot end fan's done. RGB. Save. This is H36 semicolon or colon P A 8. Save. All right, and then we need to go all the way back here to AFC hardware, tool start is going to be PC 7. Tool end is going to be H36 PA 15. Save. Sensor pin would be really helpful if I put that in there. H36. Left one is on PA. It's not on H36, just on PA0. That's on PA3. All right, 1 second, folks. Got to let my brother-in-law back in with the lawnmower. 1 minute. Stand by. All right, chat. Now that I've bored the shit out of you with all this, what are you all up to today? Oh, look, we got some updates. Unknown chip name EBB. All right, what we're gonna do is go in here to printer config, and we're gonna search EBB. The command F, yes. EBB. Next. Next. X and stop. H 36 PA.
Requires small fee.
What's that?
I need 2 little tiny zip ties. My necklace broke. This is super small ones. Super small. Tiny.
Super small. What's that? Yeah.
Well, it's all done, so there you go.
I appreciate it. What'd you hit in the backyard? Heard it hit something. And you went, oh no, or something like that.
A stick. A
Over by
stick
the-
flew across. Yeah, I chucked it. It flew. It hit the neighbor's fence, dude. Right
Oh wow.
across the alley.
Good thing they had the pool. Running around picking up stuff. Your on screen chat doesn't seem to be updated. Yeah, it takes forever. I don't know why. Jeremy, are you just typing stuff to test stuff, Steven, or I don't understand the Jeremy comment. All right, I'm gonna comment out this entire probe section because none of this is going to apply very soon. And then it'll yell at me about that. Next. All right, let's just comment this out. Actually, we can just delete it. And then we're going to go in here. We're going to copy this. And then we're going to copy this voltage monitoring stuff. Copy. Next. Next. All right. Save and restart. I should have gotten rid of all of unknown pin chip name multi underscore pin. Power reboot. The guy who walked in, I thought for a second. Oh no. Oh, that's my brother-in-law. His name's David. What do I got notifications on? Yeah, sorry, my son posted a picture of his service cart setup. Why? Let's see. I've had it before where it just was about unknown pin chip name multi-pin. LEDs. Yeah, I already used multi-pin for the part cooling thing. I think it's yelling about the H36 thing. PB14 PA5. Why are you complaining about everything? On your Trident, are you using multi-pin on a toolhead board? Think I haven't got fans defined? Yeah, the one off my regular one works fine. I don't know how it wants it set up with. Pin big. This is so annoying. All right, so we're gonna need to change stuff here. Sensor pin. I posted what's in your configuring group. Sorry, Steven, I know this is putting it up on which one call. Hope you don't mind. Yeah. Okay. What was I looking for? Oh yeah. All right. Let's try this. 34, 35. 34, 35. Save and restart. Work your way through one error after another. Unknown sensor. No, 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 no. You're good, man. 10K NTC 34 35 beta. Copy. And still doesn't like that. Clipper custom thermistor. If this works. I don't know how exactly it wants this thing formatted. Thirty-four, 35. Call this my underscore thermistor. My underscore my underscore getting a little bit freaking peeved because I am absolutely following this It's a NTC 10K. No, Havoc. Definitely not the only one. All right, we're gonna go over to Discord. Okay, now I'm gonna go over here to Discord. And configs for a custom unknown sensor. All right, I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna take a picture of this. And hopefully somebody can tell me what on earth I'm doing wrong. So, Gerard is going to be on Hot Makes tonight. Trying to get a link to it. Copy. Maker of our favorite drawer system, Stephen. Somewhere in here, somewhere in here. There it is. So this is hot makes. You're thinking of the oh, maybe he was on hot mix before. I apologize. You knew better than me. Okay, so go back over here to the Trident that is yelling at me. I'm at a loss, folks. Till somebody on Discord maybe gives me an answer. I don't know what else to do. But I'm starting to feel like I've bored the crap out of y'all long enough. So, on the note of having bored the crap out of y'all long enough, what should we do now? I'm gonna wait for somebody to reply to that. Gonna go back here to just chatting screen. I have prints done on the Micron. I have a night owl that needs to be installed on it. Show of hands in chat. Should we go to the night owl or do we start a poll? Keep streaming and do night owl. All right. So we either keep streaming and do the night owl, or we just freaking call it here. It's up to y'all. Please vote. Vitali, how's it going? Welcome back, sir. We got it flashed, but I'm having a hard time with custom thermistors for those stepper motors. So that's the last thing I can do until I get connectors for that beacon and get the beacon installed anyway. So now we're debating whether or not we move on to the Night Owl install on the DoomCube Micron, or we call it a day here. I gotta be honest, either way, I'm still just gonna be out in the garage working on crap. So It's just a matter of, do y'all want to keep watching me struggle through this crap, or have you had enough? I don't know how many people have voted, but so far the consensus is yes. 3 votes. You're hanging around anyway? Excellent. So we don't have a lot of votes, but we have votes, and everybody wants to continue on with the night out. So we get to move on from one extremely frustrating bit of software to another extremely frustrating bit of software. It's like Christmas morning, where the only thing you get is things that frustrate the shit out of you. Working on some parts. Are these new parts or are these the same parts? So I will grant you that I have an all aluminum CNC setup from you on the Trident. At some point, I really want a 9mm belt setup from you on the Trident. Why won't you stay in there? My tripod keeps falling out. Some new, some just orders. I tell you what, the XY setup that I got from you recently, that I won from Dan's Meet the Maker stream with you. Man, that is sweet. The AB motor mounts have also stood up perfectly to what was destroying every printed stepper mount. It's held up beautifully. I would have had to replace those mounts at least twice in the time frame. All right, so here's what we got. We've got parts. Come over here. I am told that I should flip this. Logitech properties. So, Logitech. Transform. Rotate. Told that it makes more sense to folks if it's in this direction. So here's the deal. Yes, this color scheme does not match anything on the Micron, but I don't care. It's the one I printed for the box turtle, and in an effort not to be wasteful, it's what we're going to use. I just need to get some micro switches. Checking to see if anybody's responded to me. No. All right. Here's that. And they need levers. This air conditioner is not keeping up out here in the slightest. Crap, guys, I just looked at the time. We're going to assemble this buffer, and then we are going to actually have to call it. It's almost 3 o'clock. I got phone calls I've got to make. The wiring's up there. Oh, this one already had one. Self-tapping screws out of here. That's the wrong way. That's not screwing in because it's a Phillips head. All right. There we go. Grab some M3x6s. One, two, three, four. Drop those in there. All right. It's activating the switches in there. And I think we're just going to go ahead and call it there. Like I said, I've got a bunch of phone calls I've got to make. I didn't realize it was this late. I thought it was a little afternoon. So we'll be back tomorrow. I think we're doing the Nerf guns tomorrow. All right. Later, y'all. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate hit a like. Subscribe if you haven't. Vitali, thanks for joining us. Thanks for helping out with everything you do. For me and for the community. Make some awesome stuff. Bearded Printer, Fizzy, thanks for coming, hanging out. I know you guys are out of here probably by now, but you guys do some awesome stuff. If anybody else has awesome stuff that they are doing, let me know. Let me show it off. Let me share it with the world. Have a good one, guys. Later.